The linguists and anthropologists who study riddles often use as a reference point the newspaper riddle. You must remember it. The question part of the riddle is, what is black and white and red all over? The power of the pairing of black and white, the music of that phrase, is as familiar as the Dixie cup upon which I probably first read that riddle. They are two words powerfully joined. It was black and white to me, or the photograph is black and white. Black and white, to use Fry's language, hypnotizes me into reading the word red as a color. It's more hearing, right? This is not helpful at all for solving the riddle. In fact, the difficulty of this riddle stems exactly from the spell, this confusion these two words cast upon the word red. At this point in my thinking, I wonder, why tell me it's black and white if it's red all over? That contrariness seems impenetrable. I know from experience that the solution of a riddle is usually a common object, event, or place. But I can't name that everyday thing that's black and white and red all over. What this brief musical question creates is a discord between myself and the world by the seemingly simple definition of something. I may have found this feeling of discord first on a Dixie cup or a playground, but it's a feeling I'm a bit addicted to. It's connected to my experience of reading itself, the way black is connected to white. Great poems and fiction create this dissonance between myself and what I'd taken for granted, enigma. This is the landscape of the riddle, where the ordinary world becomes alien and remains so until the riddle is solved. This is also the landscape of many a folk and fairy tale, where the answer to a riddle will save the princess, her firstborn, or most famously, Oedipus on his way to Thebes. In a flash, ideally, the riddle's solution appears to me, a newspaper, and I experience a kind of euphoric jolt, an epiphany right where I understand that it's R-E-A-D and not R-E-D that the riddle wants me to know. Someone's eyes, my eyes, have red all over the black and white newsprint. Two reds are joined by that riddle. I have an image in my mind of the eyes moving and reddening, bloodying the newspaper. It's oddly resonant, this image of the experience of reading a newspaper, perhaps. The moment I, as the person posed a riddle, can solve it, the object, the newspaper, becomes itself again. Sports section, Dear Abby, Sudoku. It's located, but at the same time, this everyday object has been made more complex. It retains some of the enigma even after being solved. This is where Fry's visual focus meets the linguistic and conceptual one. As the poet Brian Swan writes, in their own ways, riddles, like Zen koans, bring the mind to crisis. Riddles and their answers imply a dualistic universe.